Hey y'all, welcome to Healing Hormones and Holy Shit. We're so glad you joined us today. And we are going to jump right in. What is going on, Gina?
Oh, same shit, different day.
No doubt, man. And I tell you, man, today has been a day. This week has been a week. This whole last week, I am probably going to need you to, kind of fill in the blanks for me because I have had some serious oatmeal brain lately.
Plain banana, blueberry, strawberry, what you need,
Raisin?
oatmeal. But I don't like raisins.
I don't
I
like
don't like
raisins at
raisins.
all. Yeah, no, like that's how bad of oatmeal brain it's been. It's been the bad kind of raisin, the bad kind of oatmeal, the raisin oatmeal. So yeah,
I don't
so you're
even like oatmeal raisin cookies with sugar in them.
yeah raisin. No offense to anybody out there, but raisins are no good in anything.
I think it's a texture.
It is, and I think for all of us out there that are ADHD, it is a texture
Neurosis.
thing. It is I don't know. I don't do dates either.
No, nothing that has a grit.
Nothing that has a grit or a weird squish crunch thing going on.
It's stuck in your teeth.
Oh
And
my
then
God,
it's
no,
okay,
not
it's
at
like eating
all.
sand. Let's stop.
It is. It's let's blow past that. So
Okay. Be bad.
it's not awful. No. So yeah, so you're gonna fill in the blanks if I pause momentarily. Um,
Okay.
so I got a question for you because we're gonna
Okay.
cover kind of just like the midlife chaos that is 50 and beyond, or even 45 and beyond for most women. Um, so what body part betrayed you this last week?
My knees.
Your knees.
My knees betrayed me this week for sure.
Really?
I have learned that my ability to like squat down to get into a drawer or a cabinet or just in general, that the typical you just squat down like to look into a child's eye or something.
Yeah.
I can no longer do that. I can't. The pain in my knees is excruciating to the point where, like, I had to make a split second decision. Oh shit, how am I going to either stand up or I'm going down? Like,
Right, because you got
to
to
my
like push
knees.
up on something.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my mind while all this is going on, I'm like, what if I hadn't lost 80 pounds?
Oh yeah.
Like, I never would have even probably been able to like start to squat down, like to get there, because I made it to the position, right?
Yeah.
But I couldn't hold it. So it was either I was going forward on my knees, like to catch myself with my hands, or on my ass, or there had to have been something nearby for me to grab onto to slowly drag my sorry old ass up. It's like climbing a ladder just to yeah, there's no spring left in the whole step. The spring is collapsed
Yeah.
and it's like a squeaky bed.
Girl, you know, I think we can still drop it like it's hot. We just cannot pick it back up.
No, no, you
At
nailed that.
all.
You absolutely nailed that. Unless we have Bengay heating pads, biofreeze, a
And a forklift.
massage therapist standing by, and the forklift to get us to the
Yeah.
massage table. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's all bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think we ruined all the joints in our body back at the club when we were younger.
Either at the club or Now, hear me out. Our gym equipment, our playground equipment,
Oh,
those
yes.
swings, we would get this bright idea. We would swing as high as we could fucking swing. And you remember, those things weren't cemented to the ground at that point in time. So
No.
like the whole set is going, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I better not do that because of vertigo now. But
Mm,
so you've got the whole swing set going. And somewhere in the recess of our tiny little underdeveloped ignorant brains, we would wait until we hit the top of the swing. And then what did we do? Lost all semblance of sanity. We
mm.
would let go of the swing, propel our little bodies forward to go flying through the air. No wings, no landing pad, no nothing.
Nothing.
And we would just fall to the ground and impact our knees. I remember one time I did that, and there was like, yeah, they had the mulch
Oh,
because
yeah, because they thought
splinters.
mulch was padding.
Yes, splinters were a great thing to pick up at the playground,
Yep.
but they were contained by, like the wooden timbers. So like
Yeah.
the wooden timbers was around. So I go flying my ass off of the swing set, and when I plummet to the ground with force much greater than probably the 60 pounds that my body weighed at that time, I'm not doing the math on that. I'm not doing that. But my tailbone landed directly on that wooden beam.
Ouch.
Yeah, I can still remember the 10-year-old my reaction to that because I think that's when I started with back pain.
Probably because you probably like domino affected, squashed all your discs.
I squashed everything that wasn't supposed to be squashed. And I do believe that that was the last time I jumped off of the swing midair. That was just fucking dumb.
I did two stupid things on playground equipment as a kid. One, when I was in, I believe it was elementary school, the little, we had little metal, everything was
Yeah,
metal back
everything
then,
was metal. Yes.
parallel bars on the playground
Mm-hmm.
where you could, play with however you want to play with them.
Right.
Well, one of the things that we used to do, because they didn't have them like side by side, they had like gymnast type things, one way up
Okay.
high, one down low. Well, one of the things that we love to do was sit on them and grab onto them and like spin ourselves around
I know where this is going.
with our knees hanging and
Yep.
hanging
Yep.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
I lived in Michigan. So we're doing this in the winter. And of course, us Michigan kids, we had real,
You had no
stupidity
temperature.
built into our
Yeah.
systems.
Right.
I wasn't wearing gloves, bare hands, cold metal, icy cold metal, wet metal. Like in the
You
springtime
were
when everything's starting to melt, but it's all still very cold. So my hands were numb. My
you were
hands
a
were wet.
genius. Absolute genius.
So you see where this is going.
I definitely do.
I'm sitting on this thing. I do one revolution, two revolutions. So there's momentum going.
Yes.
I make it halfway around the third time, and not quite halfway around, and I come off the bar with full
Of course.
momentum.
Of course
My
you did.
head goes straight into the ground. So I'm like
There we
into the
go.
ground.
Now we know what happened. It wasn't when you were a baby that you were dropped on your head. It was at the playground.
It was my very first concussion ever.
Oh, Jesus.
And I had a
No.
giant goose egg right on the top of my head.
Uh, was it concrete underneath or frozen
The
earth?
whole playground was concrete. Well,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
the very first bit of safety regulation, because this was maybe like very early 80s, they
Mm-hmm.
decided that we needed some sort of padding under our playground equipment.
Hmm.
So instead of busting up the concrete and putting down sand and then the wood chips, they go, that's too much work. They literally just put down those stupid railroad ties and put down 5 inches of wood chips on top of the concrete or the asphalt.
So basically, you busted your head on frozen wood over
Frozen wood
concrete.
on top of asphalt.
That sounds about right. Welcome to the 80s.
Yep. The second time that I hurt myself really, really bad was in my backyard. My brother and his friend, um, they decided that what I needed to do, of course, I needed to do, I'm the middle child, got two brothers. So I was
Well, you
constantly
you
being
may as
dared
well
to
be
do
the
all the things.
youngest. Yeah.
And what I needed, not them, I needed to do was I needed to swing on the swing set as high as I could,
Hmm.
and I needed to jump off
A
because
familiar
they had done
story.
it and they had jumped off and they had landed way far away on their feet, you know.
Oh yeah.
I needed to beat their distance
Oh
because I was a tall, thin girl. And I would obviously shoot like a lawn jart.
yeah.
Well, did I shoot off the swing like a lawn jart? Absolutely. Did I land on my feet? Absolutely not. I landed flat on my back, knocked all the wind out of me. I could not breathe in, could not breathe out. They had to carry me in the house and call the next door neighbor over because we did not have a house phone at the time. And they thought I was going to die. The cross the street neighbor came over and gave me one good whack on the back, and that got me breathing again.
Well, um,
Our generation's tough, man, let me tell you.
yeah. I didn't have to do with a swing set, thank God. But I'll try to make a very I'll try to simplify and make a longer story short for the
Mm-hmm.
sake of time here. But when I was a kid, they were repaving the driveways in our neighborhood.
Okay.
So the whole area was just crushed gravel at that time. And
Nice.
I had just gotten a bike. It wasn't my first bike, so I'd known how to ride a bike. But nonetheless, I'm riding my bike, and I remember I was riding my bike to my friend Brooke's house. And I was coming through the little cut through and getting ready to make the little turn, on my little bike. It was called Sweet Pea. It was the ugliest yellow and green bike you could ever see. And the seat had little peas, literally like,
Okay.
all right, so not important, but yeah, you kind of get the gist. So I'm coming around the corner, and I don't know, I must have been pedaling at the speed of light here, but somehow, some way, I skid. So the bike comes out from underneath me, and my little body slides the opposite direction from the bike.
Oh.
Go back to the pea gravel.
Oh.
So if you look at my face, there's a dimple.
Yeah.
That never was there before. Because once I slid gracefully through the pea gravel from the center of my forehead here all the way down my face into my chin was embedded with
With gravel.
gravel. And
Nice.
so I don't even think at that age we had dignity or ego or pride. But I
Yeah.
remember picking up the remnants of my bicycle. I mean, I probably looked like Carrie as I'm gimping myself along, because that wasn't the only injury. That was just the most prominent feature. So I'm gimping myself. Thank God it wasn't very far. certainly wasn't going at the same space or pace that I was going in, as I'm now walking out. And I
Right.
get home, and the entire evening was then spent in the ER while they picked each and every piece of gravel out of my
Yeah.
face. So
Oh,
then
yeah.
I likely looked like Freddy Krueger for quite some time. Fortunately, I ended up with a dimple, not real bad scarring. But then I'm going to segue that into several years ago. I want to say it was about 8 years ago, 8.5 years ago. I was going to college, probably about 3.5 miles from my house, and I would walk it every day. And as you know, Arizona summers or 118 degrees is nothing. Well,
Right.
my son decided to get me a bike for me to
Okay.
be able to get back and forth to school. It'd be easier. So great, perfect, wonderful. I ride the bike to school. Now, what, as my best friend, is one of the things that I had very bad issue with until I got my current glasses and contact lens prescription. What could
Night
I not
vision.
do? Precisely,
You
I
can't
could
see
not
at
drive at
night.
night.
Yeah.
Could not see at night. So when classes let out at 9:30 and it's
Oh,
pitch dark outside,
yeah.
very first night, I'm riding, can't see jack shit. So I'm on the sidewalk for fear of my life.
Yeah.
I ran smack dab into a light pole. Not only, not only did I run smack dab into a fucking light pole, I also fractured my damn foot
What is it
in the
with you and
process.
injuring yourself from the calf down?
I, it's not just the calf, because there's my
Okay,
broken pinky.
75% of your injuries are from the knee down.
I don't know. I don't know. Yes, I fractured my foot. So the very next day, I am not only forbidden by my grown man child to ever ride a bike again. Okay, like my child is telling me I'm not permitted to ride a bike again. Not only that, but did he return the bike? He took it away from me. So, like, yeah, I just do not have good luck with. I have balance unless it's on gravel or at night. And then there's objects that become obstacles. And, well,
We'll
I
just say
mean,
that it snuck up on you.
it sure the hell did. Smack dab right in the middle. And no, in true Gen X fashion, I was not wearing pads and a helmet. Yeah.
Nobody came up with that until helicopter moms in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yes, I'm aware. But I think I might have needed one. I
You
mean, I don't know
know,
what good that help that would have done for my foot, but nonetheless, it yeah. Just
well,
I
all
thought
of
that
my
kind of lined
injuries,
up with the playground. So
all of my injuries have been to the old melon here, so I think I would have been very well served by helmets over the years.
do you
I
think
probably should have
that?
been wrapped in bubble wrap from the neck up.
And I should have been wrapped in bubble wrap from the neck down.
There you go.
There you go. Bubble wrap.
Lord,
Bubble wrap and duct tape. Because duct tape fixes everything. So maybe we
everything.
should just stuck with duct tape.
Duct tape, but duct tape has no padding.
If you put enough of it on, it does. Oh no, no. Just I don't know. the random shit that comes out of my mouth. I don't know where it comes from. It just cycles through.
The fact
But
that I
it
thought
is.
about that it had insufficient padding, you know.
Well, I mean, okay. So we'll use bubble wrap and then put the bubble wrap on with duct tape.
Okay.
I guess. Well, you're the one the other day. Did you not send me a video of these
Bubbles.
people in these huge bubbles, right? And like all their that's hanging out of their legs. They're like the great big bop it things, those the punching things from when we were in the 80s, you know, you get those and you stick your hands in them and they were
Are you
supposed to be
talking
like,
about the rodeo thing?
yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, but it's like the big ball that you get that normally people get into and then they seal them up and you can like float around. But this is like a bubble wrap version that you only your feet are sticking out
Yes.
that, but that
Gets
your feet
gored
are
by a
sticking out so you can walk out.
that
Tell me
gets
that looks like
gored
it would
by
be
a
fun.
bull. No. I do okay.
Yes.
I
If it were a little less, if it were a little less
violent.
able, no, if it were a little less able to be punctured, like if it were
The,
a little sturdier.
but here's the thing. This this stretches right into our saying of from Gen X of take off the warning labels and let it sort itself out because in this video you didn't just send me like a concept, right? Like, oh, this might be a cool idea. No, in the video there were actual bodies, living beings
Mhm.
inside of these bubbles being flipped around
By
by
bowls.
1,000-pound bulls.
Yep.
So, again, I go back to let us just remove warning labels and let society sort itself out. We will be better off.
But look at the age range of the people that were most likely in those bubbles. They
I don't
were
know, but
either
you,
they were either Gen Xers or the children of Gen Xers.
regardless, they lack brain cells.
No, they lack fucks.
But I lack fucks, and I am not climbing in a bubble to be tossed around by a fucking bull. You cannot pay me enough money for that.
Oh, you don't have to pay me. I'll just go do it for fun.
And to me, that is just not logical fun. My brain thinks of every possible disastrous moment, instant thing that could potentially go wrong,
That's okay. You can go sit in the stands and film me doing it.
but then I would be an accessory to your death, potentially.
No, you have just videotape to show at the funeral.
Oh, because I want to relive my trauma. That's how I'm all fucked up as it is trauma. You
No,
want to
you don't show
add
the
to my
actual
trauma?
you don't show the moment of death. You show the fun leading up to it.
Oh, we need to reevaluate some things. I think I need to personally go in and rewire and recircuit some shit in your brain.
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
was done a long time ago. All these concussions I've had and traumatic brain injuries.
Oh my god. So that's
All
your
that rewiring was done
explanation,
a
but I
long
don't
time
know.
ago.
I don't know what. I guess mine's just birth defects.
Oh my God. You know,
I
it's so
wonder.
funny. My notes, I just happened to glance over at my notes for the podcast, and one of them says sudden intolerance for nonsense.
Sudden. I've had that shit my whole life.
For me, there's never been a sudden intolerance for nonsense. I have always had intolerance for nonsense.
but you want to get in a bubble and be bored by a bull.
I don't want to get gored by a bull. I just think it would be fun to let him flip me up in the air and I land because I'm safe in a bubble.
And again, I just think of the whole not
Sock 'em
being,
boppets.
yes, I think of those, and then I
Sock 'em
think of the
boppers.
whole not being in control. And the last time I got on any type of a ride at an amusement park that even remotely started to go in a circle, like old age problems, like I have vertigo now.
Right. You
Do
see, you
not,
couldn't do it because you
good
have
God,
vertigo
no.
and you have balance issues and stuff like that. Me,
Like, unless it was going to somehow knock those damn crystals back into where they're supposed to be so I don't have vertigo anymore. But I think there's a less violent way of achieving that by going to the doctor and having them
probably.
repositioned. But yeah, like I think too much. I have no desire for an adrenaline rush. None. I never have. I never have. So I have no idea why I jumped off the fucking swing. Like
Yeah,
I
see,
had to have
I think
lost
at
my
this
mind again.
point, like the idea of it is a lot of fun, but I know that my body, like one time, it'd be over because
Right.
my body's at a point with everything that's wrong with me. One more good shot to the head and it's done.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So I'm just having fun thinking about it.
Okay, as long as it's staying in the thought, because I mean, you seem pretty excited with that video clip.
Now I will absolutely go watch some fools do it.
I don't even, that would not entertain me.
Oh, it would entertain the mess out of me.
I
It would entertain the absolute mess out of me.
just like the video clips of people. What were those? Like the hottest chips in the world or whatever, and a couple
Oh,
years
that no.
back, where they would like video themselves eating this, and people would be cracking up and they'd be cracking up, and I'm thinking in my head, this is not
No,
funny.
when they're suffering like that, it's not funny. But now the people that eat like those super sour balls, like the faces they make, now that's funny.
See, and I don't find those things funny. I
That's funny because that's not suffering to me. That's just stupidity. Because
I
then you
just
can just spit it out and then the sensation goes away almost immediately. But when you eat like a Carolina Reaper or something, that's going to stay with you for a while. But a
I
sour
don't
ball, once it's out of your mouth, it's gone.
I have the strangest sense of humor, or lack of sense of humor, I guess. Because like comedy shows, I do not find funny. Anything that is supposed to be like intentionally funny, even in
Mhm.
movies, I'm the only one sitting there, blank face, like I don't get it.
Hmm.
And then I will find all the inappropriate things hilarious. Things that really aren't funny to most people, I guess, are the things I find funny. So yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
it's
You look
just
at the
me.
world differently.
I definitely do.
And that, you know what? That is okay with me.
I know. Thank God. Because if it wasn't, I mean, why would we be here?
We would still be here because I just love you for the way you are.
Well, yeah, but you're one of few.
I'm the most important one.
And I give you that, bestie.
Oh my goodness. We've gotten so far off track, but you know what? That is what is so cool about our friendship is that we can go into start to talk about one thing and go completely over here. And there's still a great
Eventually,
conversation.
eventually we'll circle back around. It might
It might
be,
take 4 hours, but the train will eventually make the circle back.
yeah, yeah.
We
That's
will we
kind of
will we will
the
probably eventually in another podcast talk about what we were going to talk about this time.
And I don't even remember what that was. I mean, it all okay. So, in summary, all of the shit we did as kids, as Gen Xers, it kind of, now here we are midlife,
Yeah,
and we're paying the consequences
we really are.
physically
Yeah,
for those actions. But there was nobody around helicoptering, telling us, hey, jumping off the very top when you hit your pinnacle peak of the swing is not a very good idea because 20, 30 years from now, your knees are going to be shot. You're going to have blown discs in your back. Your shoulders are going to be shot to hell. You aren't going to be able to lift something up over your head. You're going to
yeah,
have arthritis in your feet.
yeah,
All the things, all the creek jumping, all the tree climbing, we damaged ourselves. The only reason that we live longer than the people in the 1800s is because somebody came up with a cure for the plague. They figured out that rats are no good, and
yeah,
medicine got a little bit better. A little bit. That's the only reason we're still here, because the dumb shit that we used to do, I'm surprised most of us didn't die in the field of alcohol poisoning from Boone's Farm.
yeah. No kidding. Oh goodness. It's so funny though, but we didn't know then what was going to happen later in life. I don't even think our parents knew then what was going to happen with them or with us.
Mm-mm. Because we're all out here winging it. I don't care. I have my 83-year-old father in the other room, and he still don't know what the hell he's doing with his life.
No.
Nobody has a clue, and I don't want anybody to tell me that they know what the fuck they're doing, because they don't. We're all out here just trying our damnedest, doing our best, and what makes most logical sense in the moment with whatever information we have. It's a
Yeah.
crapshoot. It's a crapshoot. Sometimes you hit it big. Other times you're left standing there saying, "What the fuck was that?"
I tell you, man, it's just. But I guess
Yeah,
that's the
let's
cool
not
thing
get
about
somber.
hindsight is you can look back on life, you can look at now, you can kind of rewind things, you can play it back, and hopefully, just hopefully, you can take lessons from that, you can pass them on to your kids,
Right.
and maybe it'll better prepare them for their future.
One can hope.
One can hope. One can only hope.
Yeah, because the future that we thought we were going to have, that is stuck on a movie screen in 1985.
Thank God it's stuck on a movie screen in 1985, because can you imagine the chaos if these damn things were available back then?
Oh God.
That's for another podcast. Let me tell you something else.
That yes, definitely. But our the way that things went in life, the way everything is, it's nothing like we imagined it to be.
Oh God, no!
Nothing.
I thought we'd have flying cars and
Well, that's what I
weekend
meant by
trips to the freaking moon.
1985. Back to the fucking future had us all jazzed up, thinking, hey, we were heading towards the Jetsons era, and instead we now have to put labels on Tide Pods that say do not consume, and on food wrappers that say do not eat this wrapper. I think
Yeah,
we have regressed rather than propelled ourselves forward in many different arenas.
I can understand maybe the labels on the Tide Pods that say don't eat. Let's just pretend they're for kids, because kids are like, okay, colorful, whatever.
But those kids can't read to know what the hell it says.
Wait. Let's
Okay.
just pretend for a moment. Let's
Okay.
let's let's play pretend in Mr.
We'll
Rogers'
go to,
neighborhood.
yes, we will go to the land of make believe. Yes.
The labels that bother me are the ones on appliances, particularly on chainsaws that tell you not to put your hand around a running chainsaw blade, or on curling irons that tell you that they're not for internal use.
I don't even want to go there. I I I don't I
Those are the kind of labels that make me question the future of humanity, not the Tide Pods.
now are they
I'm not, you know what? If
oh, okay,
somebody
so
wants to eat some soap, if somebody wants to eat some soap, let them eat some soap. They will poop some bubbles, okay? That is the least of
I,
my concerns. But if
I ate a
somebody
shit
thinks they
ton
need
of
to plug
ivory
in a
growing up.
curling iron and put it,
Cauterize their vaginal canal?
thank you, or if they need to stop a chainsaw blade with their grizzly bear hands, or if they think that they need to put the chainsaw in between their legs to start it,
I I
that is where I worry about the future of society, right there.
I'm stuck
That's
on the
where I
fact
worry.
that you have seen a curling iron with that on the warning label, because maybe I just don't read warning labels because there's like somewhat of common sense in my head, like logic.
Oh no,
I'm not
next time you go in, next time you go into Walgreens or CVS or wherever you pick up your bits and bobs at, even in the grocery store, if they sell a curling iron in the grocery store, just pick one up and flip it over and
I
just look
would
at the warning labels.
I would lose my shit in the store.
You're just
I
going to giggle.
I you
You will
know
think
me.
of your bestie
I will
in
be
this podcast and you will
showing
giggle.
I will be showing everybody in the aisle.
Yes.
There had to have been some stupid broad out there who heated up a curling iron and shoved it in her vajayjay for whatever fucking reason that may be. I would have loved to have been the physician at the emergency room that had to handle that and keep a straight face. It,
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I,
I have enough nurse friends to know that's exactly how that warning label got created.
I, I have a sincere fear for society.
I think we're
I
going
do.
to possibly in the very near future dedicate an entire episode to warning labels because they're so funny.
Oh my god, that would that'd be a really good idea, though. It really would. Because I'm sure there are plenty of warning labels out there that one you can only imagine how they came to be. You can, I
Oh,
mean,
we're just
we.
we're not even going to research it properly. I'm just going to look at the warning label and we're going to guess how it came to be. We're just going
Oh,
to each make a prediction.
precisely right. But I mean, the fact that all of a sudden all of these new warning labels have been created for various whatever, and yet we had lawn jarts as a
Yes.
toy sold for children.
Yes.
And back in the day, oh, the whole Christmas story, and You're gonna take your eye out with the Red Ryder BB gun.
Yep.
Nowadays, you know, you can't even play Cowboys and Indians because that's politically incorrect. But let's not even go into that because I can segue. You know, I'll find a rabbit hole, I'll dive down that bitch, and it's Alice in Wonderland all over again. But
Yeah, no, that's for a whole other podcast. But
yeah,
no,
but
yeah,
these are all the
we
things
need to
we
do
had.
an entire episode on that.
Yeah, I would garner to say we do. There's so much.
So
There is so much out there. We're just tipping the
100%.
iceberg. Just tipping the iceberg.
Just the tip of the iceberg, folks.
Yeah,
So
just
on
a tip.
that note right there, I think we will close for today
Yep.
because I think you guys have had enough belly laughs for this time around. If you guys have stories, we would love to share them. We are inviting you right now to send in your stories. The email is in the bio. You can find it on our TikTok, on our Instagram, on our Facebook, but it is Gen X Holy Shit Podcast at gmail.com. Please send us your stories, your WTF moments, your midlife crisis moments, and all of that. And let us know if you'd like us to share your name or your information on the air, and we will share your stories here online. We would love to hear everybody's stories. But for
And
now,
we could also share anonymously though.
yeah,
So
absolutely. We can
you
share
don't have
just
to be
initials,
connected.
names, anonymous, or made up names, whatever you choose.
Yeah, just your stories.
So, but anyway, for now, this is our chaos. This is our lives. Thanks for listening to the Healing Hormones and Holy Shit podcast. I'm Stephanie.
Gina.
And we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye.